Hello coin collectors and welcome to DC Coin World International Coin Channel. Today we're going to focus on this coin right here in the center, the 1986 2-pence coin from the United Kingdom. And you see that it has Queen Elizabeth II on it. It says Elizabeth II or Elizabeth II. If we magnify it, we'll see that it's a beaded outer rim that goes all the way around. And in some of these older coins, you can see that the rim comes pretty close to touching, but in general, it should be about this far apart, the spacing between the beads. It doesn't touch the rim unless it gets kind of beat up or worn down. In this, the third portrait of Queen Elizabeth II to appear on coins, she is wearing the George IV state diadem, and we can see the cross here and the fleur-de-lis across the top. It says DG Reg here, by the grace of God, Queen or Regina, FD Defender of the Faith, 1986. And if we look at the Queen, we can see she's facing to the right, and it says RDM right down here below her, the back of her neck, and she's actually wearing a necklace there too. RDM, that's Raphael David McCloof, who was the engraver of this coin. And of course, this is the 1986 coin. 1986 was the second year that they made this particular version of the coin. And this version of the coin has something quite different from the earlier versions. So let's look at one of the earlier versions. First off, this is the 1980 version of the coin. And we see that it is the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara with the 2 points up there. It says DG Reg FD, again, by the grace of God, Queen, 1980. Again, we have this beaded outer rim. And Arnold Machen did this portrait, but he does not have his initials on the 2-pence coin. And this, of course, here's the big difference, and I'll flip it over and then you'll know exactly what it is. It's a bronze coin. They're both bronze, the 80 and the 86. This one says new pence on it. So this, in 1971, the United Kingdom went to decimalization of the coins. So 1 pence equaled 1/100th of a pound. And in order to make that transition, they called the pence new pence, because prior to that, 1 pence equaled 1/240th of a pound. So 1 pence equals 1/240th, 1 new pence equals 1/100th, and they had to have a way to differentiate them. So they called them new pence or decimalization pence. And so we see the back of this coin from 1986, and we see, it looks like it has the same writing. It does have the same W on there, but this one says new pence, and this one says 2 pence, TWO. So they've taken the new off, putting the TWO on, and this is to indicate that there are no old pence in circulation anymore. No 240 to the dollar pence in circulation by the time we hit 1982. And so by 1986, there were definitely none. One of the things that's kind of cool about the back of this coin, is you can see a little greening here, and that's because, of course, the bronze has a copper in it, and copper tends to green. If we look at this, we see this is a Christopher Ironside engraving, and it says Ich dien, which means I serve in Latin. And we see these ostrich plumes coming through the crown. And this, of course, is the crown from the this is the badge of the Prince of Wales. And this indicates the Prince of Wales badge and the crown with the ostrich feathers going through. Now, this coin and this coin were both engraved by the same person. It's not often that an engraver gets to kind of redo his or her coin that they engraved, but Christopher Ironside did. And he was able to change the new pence to 2 pence in 1982. Why don't I show you the 1982? Well, there's something interesting about the 1982 2 pence, and so I will show it to you, but I'm going to show it to you in a different format, and that is because the 1982 2 pence only came in mint sets. So there's the back of it, the front of it, and you see that if we flip it over, it says, let's find it, Oops, there we are. 2 pence there. So we flip it over, we see that it says 2 pence. So it's a 1982 2 pence. But did you notice something special about the front? Yes, they hadn't changed the portrait yet. So Queen Elizabeth II was still in 1982 in the second portrait. So if you get a 1982 2 pence coin from the United Kingdom, it will have the Arnold Machin second portrait, but it will have the Christopher Ironsides redone reverse, which says 2 pence instead of new pence. These only came out, unfortunately, in mint set versions, so you can't get this in a circulated version unless somebody took it out and tried to circulate it, which you wouldn't do because it's worth a couple dollars uncirculated, maybe more than that, maybe as much as $4 uncirculated. What was the lower amount? Well, that of course was the 1 penny, and this is the 1986 1 penny coin. And of course the 1 penny, they went from new penny to 1 penny in 1982 also. And this is a crown portcullis with the 1. And if we go to the front, we see it is, of course, the RDM, third portrait RDM there. And when I talk about decimalization, what kind of coins did they use? Well, this is one of them. And this, of course, is the first portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, the Mary Gillick portrait. Just a beautiful portrait. And it's this little tiny silverish coin. It's actually cupro nickel or copper nickel. It says Fid Def 6 pence. This is the last year that they made the circulating 6 pence coin. The 6 pence coin was worth 5 new pence. And it also was in circulation until June 30th, 1980. So when we kind of try to piece this all together, they first came out with the new pence here because they wanted to be able to keep the old pence in circulation, especially this 6 pence coin. So this 6 pence coin and this new pence coin were in circulation at the same time until 1980. And then in 1980, they took this coin out of circulation, said no more the old pence, no more, quote, new pence. We are going to move to just regular pence now when we're fully into decimalization, and we won't be using any of the old pence anymore. And that's where in 1982 this coin first came out, and by 1986 this is the coin we had with the third portrait on it, and the second portrait was long gone by 1986. All right, that's all we have today from the DC Coinwell International Coin Channel. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.